Growing up, I remember there were different birthdays that were milestones that I looked forward to, and 10 was the one I looked forward to, not being single digits, we're double digits now. 13, I was finally a teenager. 16, you're able to drive. 18, you're considered an adult if you can make your own decisions. 20, you're kind of out of your teenage years, you're into your 20s, more of an adulthood role. And then 21 is like the big one where you're able to legally drink. And like after analyzing all of this, and at 18, you're able to do a lot, and you're able to vote, you can enlist in the military, you can legally buy tobacco, you're pretty much independent, and you can do all these things by yourself, and you're considered an adult, like legally you're considered an adult. But the one thing you're not able to do, which is a huge controversy and always talked about, is alcohol. If you're considered an adult and able to do all the other things, why is alcohol the one thing that you're not able to do? Lowering the drinking age would not only be very medically irresponsible, but the amount of car accidents due to alcohol intoxication or even fatalities would increase, as well as the amount of people who are underage would have more access to alcohol. Allowing people to drink at the age of 18 legally would be very medically irresponsible due to the continuous development of our brains. And science has said, research has said that at 18 we still are not fully developed in our brains, although we are considered adults, but the development continues all the way until about age 25. And so that's still a very long time of development. Not only are our brains not fully developed, but it can also disturb the development of our brains because it is still developing, and it can disturb the development of our frontal lobes, which are very responsible for our emotional patterns as well as organization and decision making. There's an organization called Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, and on the website it says that youth who are about 15 who start drinking are 6 times more likely to abuse alcohol and become dependent on alcohol. Lowering the drinking age to 18 would allow more room for cause of accidents and fatalities due to alcoholic intoxication. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says that since the drinking age has been at 21 and has been established since 1975, there has been a decrease by 13% in the ages of 18 to 20 in car accidents. Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, I actually have a website here, had a statistic that says 3,000 accidents a day that they're due to intoxication. There's 10,876 deaths a year, which is equivalent to 30 deaths every day and 1 death every 48 minutes, and 290,000 injuries per year. And this is all just based off of alcohol intoxication. Car accidents are the number one leading cause for teen accidents and fatalities, and every 1 in 4 teens who do get in an accident involve an underage drunk driver. Allowing 18-year-olds to legally drink just make it more accessible to even younger people. And if you think about it, 18-year-olds are still in high school or they just graduated, and so it's very, very likely that they have younger friends or even younger family members. And so when an 18-year-old is able to have access to alcohol, this just makes even younger people want them to purchase it for them. And at 18 is usually when people start to kind of think about alcohol and kind of dabble with it. But if you lower the drinking age to 18, then this starts getting 15, 16, 17-year-olds more mindful of alcohol and thinking about, this is what I have to look forward to. Sociologists have said that the trickle-down effect could definitely be a huge play in this, and I have the definition right here, and it says, the trickle-down effect is a model of product adoption in marketing that affects many consumer goods and services. It states that fashion flows vertically from the upper classes to the lower classes within society, and each social class influenced by a higher social class. So this could be definitely applicable. You have an 18-year-old able to buy alcohol, and now there's 15, 16, 17-year-olds wanting to have alcohol, and so more and more younger people have access to alcohol just by lowering the age, which causes more fatalities, more accidents, more deaths, more, intoxication reports, and this is what we're trying to avoid. We just want safety and health. In order to prevent traffic fatalities and avoiding kids getting their hands on alcohol at younger ages, as well as preventing developmental delays and preventing alcohol abuse and dependency, I think the answer is to just keep the drinking legal age at 21. Obviously, we can't just walk into a bar or buy alcohol when you're 18, but underage drinking is definitely a problem, and it is a huge issue right now. But I think, if we start with like parents having like a conversation with their kids about, the possible effects and like the dangers of it, this could like spark a conversation and why it's not a good idea and why we need to abide by the law. In the topics like this, I kind of think about myself, but I also think about my family. When I was 18, I was doing things I probably shouldn't have, going off to college senior year, and I think about all the dangerous situations that I got myself in and not realizing until now how lucky I was to come out alive and come out safe. And I just think about if any of these things were to happen to, such as my cousin, he just graduated high school, if a fatality or a bad accident were to happen just because of a choice to drink and just to have alcohol, it affects more than just him. It affects a lot of people. The drinking age was established at 21 in 1975, and it was for a reason. And I think as long as we keep the priority of our society and our country of safety and success of others over just an 18-year-old having access to alcohol, then we're setting ourselves up for success.